wanted this group together, Phil.
I know.
Lilith and I used to be kept separated, only occasionally coming together. They said, bring it all together.
All right.
Let's collide those worlds.
Enough of Lilith's illicit activities on her downtime. Welcome, everyone, to the Caves of Lunatics Gotham after show for the season 4 premiere, or as I like to call it, before that.
The Midnighter Show!
Oh, I know. What is up with that costume?
It's the Midnighter, man.
But I just love, I mean, I was almost like gonna be like, oh, what the heck, and then this is too early. But I'm kind of digging. I mean, it depends where they go with it. But I'm kind of digging Bruce Wayne and in his gaunt, all black the whole time, and he doesn't raise his voice, and he's all serious, and he's not afraid to jump up on that rooftop with his high school crush,
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Alfred is a bad dad. People think I'm a bad dad. Alfred's a bad dad. Alfred,
go trick or treat 24/7, 365, and beat on the criminals. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, no, really, it's like, well, you know why? Because you see, here's the thing: is my kids can't fire me. And the second they establish this idea that Bruce can fire Alfred, it basically completely destroyed that relationship. And that was like, what, 2 seasons ago? That they basically, you're fired, you work for me. And it's like, really? Isn't he the executor of the will? I mean, like, don't they have someone in charge of this?
It's Gotham. Nobody cares.
I'm just saying, did the Waynes really have that poor of foresight to say, it doesn't matter if he's 10, let him have the whole Wayne family fortune. That's fine.
Like Lil said, it's Gotham. I mean, look, Penguin's handing out
misconduct licenses.
And that's my other thing. When Zaz confronts Tabitha and Selena, I was like, is there an age limit on these things? Do you have to be like 18 to get one of these? Or can like any 12-year-old walk in the Penguins and be like, hey, I want to rob the lemonade stand down the street. Give me a license.
If you have the money, I'm sure we can make it work. The thing is that what Penguin is doing is he is organizing crime. He has founded the Guild of Calamitous Intent for organized supervillainy.
And he gets his cut of the loot.
Of course he gets his cut of the
Gotham, yeah.
But he makes the point, he does what Batman never had the guts to do. To say, you do it right, you do it responsibly. And honestly, what Falcone never had the guts to do. Because Falcone always hid. Penguin says, no. This is known. This is out. We've got a deal. You want to work in my city. You're going to be in my city. You're going to obey the rules of my city.
So
you're not going to cause these kinds of problems. Because the second that he comes down, you know what this is? Phil, you had made a point. I don't know if my tweet actually got to you. You had asked the question about whether or not Penguin can sell a molestation license.
Oh.
And I had tried to tweet back, but I don't know if it went through that not at 8 p.m. Eastern he can't. But but it was one of Fritz Lang's first talkie. It was the film that made Peter Lorre a star. It was called M, where Peter Lorre plays a child molester and child murderer, whom organized crime in Germany and the police all bond together to find this guy to probably kill him. I don't know. I actually haven't seen it yet. I just know it. It was a chapter in my book, and that's essentially what it comes down to. It's like, no, he's not going to sell a license to do this because that is going to queer the whole deal.
Mm-hmm.
The deal only works if people feel safe because the criminals are controlled and allowed to roam free. It's sort of like coyotes. No one wants to murder all the coyotes because if a coyote eats your baby, maybe you should have watched your baby a little closer. We don't let the coyotes run rampant. If the coyotes get to be a problem, we do take care of the coyotes. But we also don't want to get rid of all the coyotes because, first off, we know that's going to be a problem just to start with because coyotes are real adaptive and they're probably smarter than us. So
maybe a dingo ate your baby.
It's the same thing with dingoes. That's just the Australian version.
Wow.
Dingoes are just coyotes with an Australian accent. Everyone knows that.
But yeah, I mean, I got into the whole molestation license because, Zaz was about to get kind of fancy with Tabitha. And I was like, I love how much Zaz we got tonight.
So he's like Mr. Friendly Cuddly now, though. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, well, Zaz is... and first off, Zaz has feelings for Tabitha and doesn't know how to express them because he's a sociopath.
Feelings or lust?
No, true feelings. No, you see, here's the thing.
Yeah, but isn't he like a psychopath or a sociopath? Is he capable of true feelings like that?
Well, as close to feelings as people like it's like this. Does Bruce Wayne really love Catwoman? No. He's incapable of actual love. Bruce Wayne is a sociopath. But with regard to Catwoman, it is a relationship that makes sense to his fevered brain because Alfred was a bad parent in raising him. Martha would not approve of any of this.
Why'd you say that name?
I said it because no one tweeted it back at me when I tweeted that. I was waiting for someone to say, why did you say that name when I said Martha?
I would just like to point out that one of us out of the four is wearing a Nightwing shirt, and it's not me tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, we got our Nightwing casting. We have. I can't say this on live air. Never mind.
Wait, what?
I can't say what the guy's name.
I was gonna say something funny. I was gonna say something funny, but I was like, that would not be appropriate for our show. Of our Nightwings now. And this was a Batman episode of Gotham, sort of. But you know what this episode didn't have that I really loved? Phil?
What?
Two things that this episode didn't have that made it really special for me. No Fish and no Barbara.
Oh, well, not Barbara, but no Fish. You're a man after my own heart.
and wait, one more. No Dr. Lee. Now that she's...
Yeah, we gotta fight.
Oh no! Don't you say no?
I hate because I hated
in front of the co-hosts of Wade's World. How dare you?
Because no, it's not a background. I hated what they did with Lee's character at the end of last season. Like, I just hated what they did with that character.
Well, I think they only have room. I think they only have room for one goth at a time on this series, and she was all hot topicked out at the end of last season. Now it's Bruce's turn to wear black every episode and be all moody.
Right?
What?
You know that black hoodie? I don't know if you guys get it in your feed, but it's like that really like long black hoodie. I feel like that's what they bought for him. It's like all over Facebook. It's on the page.
Tristan was real excited about that, by the way. The black hoodie thing. Although actually, I don't. There was a black hoodie because I actually didn't get to watch like the first 5 minutes, and Tristan was like, "Oh, it's the hoodie costume where he flips it up," and he was like all excited. I don't know if that was actually Bruce, but Tristan was real excited about it.
Somebody knows what I'm talking about. At least somebody.
Hoodie costume. Ben Radley did it first.
You guys are gonna get along great if you ever meet. Tristan is my nerd baby.
That pack of nudists over there.
But
I love the Scarecrow.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. That's what we were talking about before. Like, how stupid are those redneck hillbillies that they lock in Jonathan Crane in that closet? They're just asking for it.
He faced his fear by becoming his fear. That's what they forced him to do.
Well, exactly. That's what happens? I mean,
They took the
obviously,
piranha.
So,
they weren't good criminals.
all in all, you know what? I have a love-hate relationship with this show because I love part of it and I hate parts of it. I like this episode.
This is
But we're
Pete Gotham. Not gonna get any better.
Yeah, like we're in season 4. We know what we're in for and what this show's able to do, and I'm happy. Like I take it as it is, you know.
Well, I mean, they were playing with classic Batman. I mean, we get the origin of the Scarecrow. We get Bruce and Selina on the rooftop, and we got it. What did we get?
The disappearance
Bruce
of Bruce while he's talking to Jim.
Yes, he's talking to Gordon and he disappears. Yes.
I was gonna tweet, but I was like, you know what? I'll just wait till we actually talk to Phil.
Yeah. Well, that's your Bruce for you. You know what? My favorite part of this, though. Oh, I'm sorry, Lilith. Yes.
I'm sorry. Why is Jim still a cop? It just bugs me. It bugs me so much.
Well, now he's still a cop because now he's the only cop who wants to be a real cop and not give over to Penguin and the licensing. He actually wants to fight for what's right in Gotham.
He's the only honest man in Gotham who's not a teenage boy or a butler.
That assumes Batman's honest. I don't buy that.
Well, when it comes to the letter of the law.
You know, here's the thing. If Batman were ever really honest, he would invest in charter schools that are open to the public, that actually produce good results, and really use his billions of dollars towards a positive outcome for all Gothamites.
Who says he doesn't give the schools? There was wasn't there an issue with Detective or something in the late 80s or 90s where like they showed like he had like a program for high schoolers where he paid for their college for underprivileged. Yeah.
Oh yeah, pays for their college once they've survived. If you've made it through the gauntlet of Gotham Public Schools and you can get into college, I'm gonna pay.
He's one man with no powers, man. Come on. I mean,
yeah, and you know how many
there's still crime in Central City and Metropolis. Come on.
You know how many Head Start programs one bat plane could buy, and he trashes those things every week. Let's be honest. You ever see a bat plane that doesn't catch on fire?
He also has a psychological and pathological need to fight back his inner demons that he can't control from the death of his parents.
That's right, Charlie. He has emotional issues, so don't make fun of him.
And he maybe if Alfred had been a good parent, he would have actually done better. You know?
That's above his pay grade.
Well, exactly. This parent shouldn't have let him pay Alfred.
I think we should get more Alfred's history. Like with this show, we should have gotten more of Alfred's past. Like, you know, I kind of look at Alfred like I've been rewatching a lot of Star Wars stuff, but Alfred's like Obi-Wan Kenobi in the sense that Obi-Wan wasn't ready to have a sidekick, or he wasn't, raised correctly from his mentor. So when Obi-Wan took on a sidekick / learner, he steered him the wrong way and we got Darth Vader. In this case, we're going to get Batman, and Alfred's doing a little bit of a better job, but he's still not ready.
Yeah. Well, here's what I'm going to say. Okay. I have to ask a question. Now, Alfred in the actual comic books doesn't come into the stories until like Batman and Robin are fully grown and already active. And then they retcon him to be the lifelong father figure for Bruce.
What decade are we talking about here?
I'm sorry, what? Just in real Batman storyline.
Like which one? Like the original?
The original,
like the Silver Age.
28.
Yeah, I'm talking about the actual Batman story that all of these things are supposed to be based on. Yes, they did that with Alfred. They did that with Jarvis too. Jarvis eventually became the father figure for Tony Stark, which is totally. And they did, after they did that. I don't know who actually did it. I think they did it with Alfred first. I do think they did it with Alfred first. That Alfred being, although they did do, they definitely did it with Alfred first, and then they did it with Jarvis because Every so often, Marvel does steal from DC. I won't lie.
Often? Come on now. That's not a discussion for right now. Anyway.
Not for right now. Hold that, love. We'll get them later.
Yeah. Because you know, this idea of the most uncorruptible hero, Batman, suddenly becoming evil. That's not something Marvel ever did. Oh.
Well, it's not the first time DC's done this anyway, so you know.
Alfred first appeared in Batman 16, April of 1943.
Yeah, but he's saying back then I guess they didn't write it where Alfred was there from his childhood. He came in like later on after. Yeah. Yeah,
exactly. He was originally comic relief.
Okay.
But that also kind of implies that basically Batman, from the time his parents died, was on his own. Basically went off to boarding schools and things like that and actually had no father figure.
Mm-hmm.
And became Batman. And I think it's kind of worse to suggest, no, he had an Alfred that whole time. And still this is the route he chose. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying
Alfred was trying to toughen him up.
Was that really necessary? You know?
I mean, look how he tried to toughen up Selena last season.
And look how well that turned out.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, gee, you know.
Really does.
It's a good thing the man never met Jerome, because like.
But you want to talk about egotistical. Penguin put Enigma on display in the middle of his club, showing all the reporters and everything. Oh, he was dying. I had to freeze him, and I'm sure if the guy's last dying wish was, put me in the middle of the club for people to laugh at me.
He wanted to be where the people are. He wanted to see them, dancing.
And even if Enigma said that, what was Oswald's story? Oh, he had like a brain disorder or something. So even if he told you he wanted it in the middle of the club,
he had McGregor syndrome. He has McGregor syndrome.
Okay.
That or hydrogen gas.
So I don't think that was I don't think that was meant to be particularly logical. It was meant to be don't question what I do.
I know it's Gotham.
And for what it's worth, Penguin loved Riddler. Riddler did not love Penguin. And there's no one who hurts us more than those we love, because they're the one person with the power to destroy us. Which is why when Penguin faces his greatest fear, it is the Riddler.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Riddler was whom he loved. He loved him the way he had never loved any being before. And the Riddler used him. And yes, he's frozen, but now, even though the Riddler still can't love him back, at least he can't stop the Penguin from loving him.
He can't stop fighting these feelings anymore.
He can't fight these feelings anymore.
Sorry, that's copyrighted music. What you guys are talking about.
I tell you that every time, yeah.
Still here.
No, what you guys are talking about.
Have we gotten a cease and desist yet? Are we in trouble yet, Phil? Are we
no, we're talking. Aren't you and Tyler doing song lyrics?
Yeah. But you can't do it just for saying the words. I'm not singing them. I'm not playing the music.
I'm just talking, man.
I'm just alluding to stuff.
What you call
just talking about Gotham.
Look, if a chink sound can keep Vanilla Ice reviewed by Queen.
What did you just say?
The chink sound.
Haven't you ever heard this explanation of the ding 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 did a chink ding?
We're right
is the
here.
Vanilla Ice versus
okay.
Queen. He's on record. If you watch him talk, he's like
an onomatopoeia. I understand what he's doing.
Yeah,
I do understand what he's doing. I just said it with that word, but that's okay. I do understand what I can translate. It's okay. He's using an onomatopoeia.
Oh yes.
There's a fancy Italian word to explain what just happened. Don't worry, kids.
Onomatopoeia? What? Arrow? What?
Onomatopoeia. Is there a
Kevin
villain
Smith?
called Onomatopoeia? There is a villain called Onomatopoeia. He's a Batman villain even. That's called Onomatopoeia, isn't there?
He started in Green Arrow. He was created by Kevin Smith.
Oh, so he's going to come into the next season, I'd have to assume.
No.
Has he already been?
No, because they tried it, and Kevin Smith said he wouldn't translate well to live action. That's why they changed the villain in, what do you call it? Arrow. They didn't have him in Arrow. He was supposed to.
Oh, please. They pay Kevin Smith a candy bar, and he'll
like Kevin Smith knows what works in live action. I'm sorry, I love the man.
Have you not seen Yoga Hosers? He knows.
he
He's
directed
a dialoguist. He isn't an action writer.
Snooch.
And for what it's worth, I think that I'm not saying the man can't do action. I'm just saying I wouldn't trust his instincts on action because dialogue informs action.
Most importantly, he wrote Daredevil, and he
I don't know.
He eventually got around to finishing The Evil That Men Do on Spider-Man.
He killed Karen Page, so I'll never forgive you, Mr. Kevin Smith, for
That's why
killing Karen Page. What?
I love him.
How dare you? This is a free-for-all tonight.
I am less worried. Well, actually, here's what I'm going to say. It's less bothersome to me that he killed Karen Page than that Frank Miller turned her into a drug-addicted prostitute.
Because that's what Frank does, baby. He comes in and he shakes stuff up. That's what he does.
I'm just saying, it's like, dude, it's like killing her was kind of like I mean, honestly, it's like after you do that to a character, it's like, dude, you know.
Isn't that what Frank Miller does? Because even in the original Dark Knight Returns, wasn't Selena Kyle like a madam or a prostitute?
Yeah, no, I'm sure he did. You know, there's a lot of, there's a lot of
sex and violence.
This is going to come as a shock to you. A lot of these guys who grew up reading comic books had very poor love lives and have very poor understandings of male-female relationships. I know it's a shock, but like Alan Moore, Frank Miller, what's his name? George R.R. Martin, maybe don't have the best understanding of how a healthy human sexual relationship should work. So yes, they do act out in their stories. Yeah, I'm going to say it. You know what? Maybe incest and rape, not the pillars upon which you build a story. Even if it's a BA female, and of course that goes all the way back to Red Sonja. So and again, Hagar, Bolt. All these guys, these nerd writers, did not have good relationships with women and created female characters that tended to have some weirdness in them. Even Marston, in the idea, if I tie you up, you lose all your powers, and that's going to be our thing.
Speaking of that, does anyone want to go see that movie?
Oh, I so want to see Marston and the Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I just want, because I'm going to go see it. So
I love a biopic. It's a
we're going to talk
drama
about
even.
it.
When is that coming out?
Next month.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Will not support that mess. Thank you.
Oh, number one Wonder Woman fan will not see that movie. Breaking news.
I'll give you the scoop about why I'm not. So
okay, tell us.
It's a
I thought we were gonna get it now.
Okay. Well, you can save it for Saturday when we do this all again. This is actually the Batman show.
Yeah. So anyway, can somebody answer my question about why Tabitha's still there? Like, I love Jessica Lucas. Don't get me wrong. Tiger to stayed overstayed.
She's only going to be here just for a couple of episodes until they just kill her off because Selena no longer needs her.
Yeah, she became the origin of where Selena learns all the whip play.
And then Penguin's not going to run her around, and he'll just kill her.
She's eye candy, But yeah, she's there for the whip.
No. Selena's going to kill her off, and the reason why is very clear. Because Selena wants to be a 9-to-5 villain. And we get this right here, where she's like, why don't we just get a license and work in our system? It's fine. It's like, they're not charging us for the license. They just want us to have a license. They want us to work within the system that's established, and then we're going to be fine. And she's like, no, we can't get a license because then we're giving up our power. It's like, dude, we don't have power by being on the run. We have much more power being part of the criminal system.
I would love
Hey.
if Selena just got in her face and went, "Dude."
Yeah, well, not for nothing. If nothing else, it speaks to that Falcone lineage of herself.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that, it's like, no, she's looking at it, it's like, no, organized crime is the way to go. We need to have organized villainy. We need to have it where people aren't just doing whatever they want, but those who want to do can work within the system and build up their power base. And, it's not like we couldn't kill Penguin if we needed to. But if right now the best way to work is to give, kick apart 10%, I can kick up 10%. I can steal 10% more. It's not that hard, Now, if he gets to be where he wants more than our 10%, then we'll have those words.
Yeah.
But now is not the time to have those words. We can actually deal with this straight up and easy, or you can make it a pain. He made Zazzles come and be all friendly to us. And granted, yeah, Zazzles has his problems with Tabitha because he's like, oh, we could be a couple. And Tabitha's like,
I'm pretty sure I
that.
didn't hear that correctly. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Zazzles. He's
Yeah,
Zazzles. This ain't Victor Zaz. This is Zazzles.
It was
He's been
something else you
Zazzles
said.
Since the first time he showed up, he will always be Zazzles.
It was something else you said, but we're just going to let that go.
Oh, I have no idea what I said that was so offensive. Okay.
Just play back. Just listen back when this goes up. But I mean,
Tabitha's into Zazzles. That's all I'm saying.
so by the time this season ends, I mean, is Selena going to be in a costume? Is Bruce going to be in a bat suit? I mean, he already has a suit.
Other than Penguin, and I love it. He's all
Midnighter.
Jim.
Oh, I know. Are we going to get Penguin with like the trick umbrellas and stuff?
We are. And we're like three
Not-
for that.
At least like a machine gun. I mean, at least a machine gun umbrella, something.
Didn't he already use a trick umbrella at least once?
Like,
Did he?
Did he? I don't think so. You guys watch more than I do. I only watch like
I
4.
don't know. It seems like he must have done something with an umbrella at some point.
Are you
If nothing
thinking
else, like a sword umbrella.
Oh, I think didn't he kill somebody and like shove it in their
of it,
mouth
right?
or something, or
Yeah, that was
So,
what's
or
his
some
name?
orifice?
Azrael.
Oh yeah, James Frayne, yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't really a trick umbrella. That was just
No, it did. Yeah, that's what I'm
Umbrella he
saying. That's
shoved
the
down
only
his
thing I
mouth.
remember with an umbrella. Yeah.
yeah. Somehow I thought he did something with an umbrella, but I might be thinking Burgess Meredith. So
what's the deal
again,
with Ivy? Like, why did they do this to her to only have her be how she is? I don't understand.
Who? What?
Poison Ivy, like they aged her up or whatever they did to her, and like
Again, eye candy, and then she's closer to the actual villain.
yeah, they did.
Or they
that
had a
because-
plan and they backed off from the idea that they were going to go for.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, you know what? She's a 14-year-old in a 24-year-old's body or 30-year-old's body, and you know what? Everyone still knows she's a 14-year-old, and no one is really that interested in her because it's like you're really dumb. You're really dumb. You weren't that smart of a 14-year-old, and you're even less attractive
Yeah,
as a 24-year-old.
because Charlie has a point. I mean, there's no man on earth who's interested in a hot girl who's dumb. No, none of them.
Not if you're kind with it.
Comment. I won't even. I'm reframing.
What?
Wait, in the circle she's running with Penguin, with Zaz, with whomever, a dumb pretty girl is a dime a dozen. It's not worth the trouble to deal with Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy is a hanger-on at this point. She's not worth it to them.
Where? To Bloodhaven, maybe? I don't know. Like, let's just get rid of
Yeah,
these
but
characters.
I mean, would they? Will they ever put her in a romantic relationship, like a physical romance? Because it's like, yeah, she was like 13 or 14, like two minutes ago. And now,
Yeah, like 4 years from now, she'll meet Harley Quinn and they'll find true love. But not a minute before then.
Well,
Because
apparently, we're never going to get Harley Quinn on this show, supposedly.
I saw that. Like we haven't had Joker on the show, but we're not going to get Harley.
David Mazouz lied to us last season. He said that season 3 was going to end with Harley Quinn.
yeah,
Do you really think they have a plan for their show?
No.
Like
No, let me tell you. Originally, they really did, but as Fox is known for, they really stepped in and mucked it up. And then when they realized, they gave the writers a little bit of leeway, and it started to be good again. And then they stepped in again.
It was supposed to be Bullock's Law this series, and it still should be. I tweeted that myself. Why is this not called Bullock's Law? And Gotham itself Gotham didn't retweet me, but he did like me. Gotham liked several of my tweets, like the official Gotham Twitter feed, like 6 of my tweets tonight. I was so excited. I think that maybe because there was 6 people and 4 of them are here who were tweeting Gotham. But they liked me, and
they get more on the West Coast. Just don't get too happy.
Hey, I got mine. It's not like I'm sitting here waiting for Gotham to come and marry me. It's like I got mine. I'm good.
Oh,
you like me, Gotham. I like you. We're all good friends.
Charlie's one night stand with Gotham. But I mean, this is the show that should have a plan, because I mean, they take those big long breaks between the first half and second half of the season, months. I don't know. They haven't. I don't think they've announced it yet. But every other year they've done it. They take a big 2-3
I'm
month
sure
break.
they have plans, but they got to be ready to turn on a dime. Because all they get is flack from people.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't go too far out.
From Lucifer, though, I thought that those 2 shows paired pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I did too. It's very odd that they're not.
We'll see how that goes.
I think
Gotham is the lead-in for anything that's a new show for sure.
Well, tonight it's the lead-in for the Orville, and yeah, I think that's weird. It's like Lucifer, and then it's going to be the Gifted.
Lucifer on a Monday.
Lucifer at 8:00.
Oh, it's 8.
Yeah, it's Lucifer. It's going to be Lucifer at 8 and the Gifted at 9.
Wonder they got that buddy cop vibe back. It's almost like watching Lethal Weapon with the devil now.
That's the selling point. That's how they pitched the show. Well, here's what I'll say. I can see why you. Here's what I'll say is I'm really mad I'm not watching the Orville right now. I was really excited by tonight's episode because they got like 5 minutes in, and it's like, oh, that is a brilliant.
That's what DVRs are for, Charlie. Suck it up. You're here with us now.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's not. You can watch it on demand. You can get your Orville's.
Dude, I totally was gonna live tweet the Orville today, but I was like, oh yeah, the Gotham after show.
Yeah, man. I'm missing and not for
I know. I ruined the big Orville party for everyone.
Well, let me tell you something. They're putting Gotham on Thursday. That's going to run it right against Big Bang. And I think they did the same thing with Supergirl.
Bazinga.
To split the nerd audience. And you know who won that?
Bazinga.
Yeah, that's who won that contest. Because you know
trying
what?
to kill Gotham, I really do. This is a really perplexing move for me. So
It's entirely possible. Or they're not. Or they focus on +7, which is I can see Fox worrying way more about +7 than worrying about Night Of ratings.
Well, that's the new measurement anyway. So
yeah, but is there something going on with that Thursday night? Because they moved Gotham to 8:00 Thursdays, and when Arrow comes back, it's gonna be 9:00 on Thursdays. So
Are they putting Arrow against Orville?
I guess
If the Orville makes it that long,
if it stays on that time.
Dude,
I don't know, man. I think Orville is
so much favors that I wouldn't be surprised if the Orville went 3 seasons at the very bare minimum.
If anything,
for goodness sakes, let me say you this about Orville. Okay, first off, it's got Seth MacFarlane, who is like
the person that Fox canceled his show how many times? And he had to get it back.
And how many times do they have to bring him back?
American Dad,
exactly.
American Dad's still on.
So get with it.
Like the only show he's had canceled that stuck was Cleveland
show.
Yep.
And that's because it had African American characters.
Whoa.
Oh.
No, it's true.
Let's be honest.
Calling you out.
It's true. Yeah. No, I know. Lilith was gonna agree with it. It's like yeah.
Charlie Guster is calling you out, Fox.
Yeah. No. It's like it's straight. Well, no. It's
the ratings were poop.
It was like. Yeah, well, all of his ratings are always poop, but he gets his +7. And again, that's the thing.
Please, that's what it was. The show.
What sells it isn't who watches it then. It's who bought, as we were talking about on the last Capes and Lunatics that only Phil and Kelly showed up for. And I mentioned her. What makes it is the fact that they can sell all kinds of Stewies. You can sell Stewie on anything, and you got to bring him back because people love the Stewie. It doesn't matter if anyone watches the show. If they still buy the Stewies, we got to keep on making Stewie shows. We still got to keep on making Brian shows. And you know what? Orville is the new Star Trek. You know
what's going to keep that? Well, it is the new Star Trek because the only thing probably going to keep it on the air and keeping my interest right now, at least, is that they said he's trying to get former Star Trek actors on there.
Yeah, because he actually has a really good relationship with both Michael Dorn and Patrick Stewart, who have both been on American Dad. I mean, Patrick Stewart is on American Dad all the time, so it's like obviously they'll like him, and he can probably get Brent Spiner in it because they both love show tunes. I want Brent Spiner to come on to sing show tunes, to sing old Frank Sinatra songs with Seth MacFarlane's character. That is like my dream.
So here's a quick segue. We're talking Orville and Star Trek. How well do you think the new Star Trek is going to do that it's only on CBS All Access?
Well, the first episode is going to be on CBS, and then I guess after that, they'll give you the first one for free.
Exactly.
What kind of business model was that? Drug dealer.
Well, CBS, if you think about it, they don't allow any other streaming services to touch their properties. So do we think the show's going to flop just because people aren't going to go to CBS All Access, or do you think it'll do well?
The distribution model that they have, Taiwan gets it on Netflix every week and a couple of the other big like Asian markets. So that might actually keep it afloat, to be honest.
I'm not paying for the CBS digital platform just for that show.
Wait,
I'm not either.
I'm sorry, this isn't on TV?
No.
The new Star Trek, the first episode they're going to put on CBS. I think it's this Sunday? And then after that, it's going to this CBS is starting their own digital, Netflix type.
They already had one. Just now, this is their first original, only available show. Like you can't stream any CBS on Hulu or Amazon or Netflix. You can only do it on CBS's own streaming service.
I add every 2 minutes. It's bad.
Yeah, I'm not going to pay for that. That's ridiculous. I didn't pay for the last 3 Star Trek movies. Was it 3 or 2? It was 2.
You're talking about the J.J. Abrams verse, or
yeah, I didn't pay for any. I didn't go see any of those things. I didn't
see those movies because that's not real Star Trek. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I think I saw the first one on HBO. At least parts of it. I know there's a thing where they jump off a thing. But I still haven't seen Doctor Strange / Sherlock as what's his name? Khan. How is Khan not swarthy?
That's a whole.
How do you get the pastiest man in the world to play the swarthiest man in the world?
I have my theories on that, but that's a different
Indian.
podcast.
They at least got a Hispanic to play him, and they said, "No, get some British guy." That's a Indian Sun Khan.
You leave Periwinkle Cumberbatch alone, okay?
He is Periwinkle. That's what I'm saying. It is.
You leave him alone.
No,
Twitter girls will come after you. The Cumberbatch will come after you. Don't do it.
I liked him as Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is pasty. That makes perfect sense. Sherlock, a very pasty gentleman. That's perfect casting. If they made an Asian Sherlock, I'd say, hey, that's kind of yellow casting.
I don't think. Part of me doesn't think he was supposed to be Khan, but then they decided to do it, and they're back and forth with it. But
yeah, you ever see that? Anytime someone does back and forth, it always goes poorly.
Yes.
Anyway.
What'd you say?
That is all that I can say. Like I need this so bad.
All right, Lilith. You said you didn't watch a lot of it last season. You just saw the season 4 premiere. Is this going to get you to watch more regularly this season?
I'm only watching. They're gonna tell me that it's a Bruce episode. Like seriously, I'm only here for Bruce now because Gordon. I can't deal with him anymore. He's too much of a special snowflake. He's overstayed his welcome. I'm over it, and I love.
Really,
Ben
you watch the show for Bruce?
Bruce I love David. I'm skeptical about it.
David Mazouz, here's your chance.
Yeah.
Little Hellfire. That's all we need.
No, he's not doing that.
No, dude, come on.
Like 2 years.
I forgot because he's already like.
Let's not get all Poison Ivy creepy here, okay?
I forget he's already like what 6'2", 6'3", it seems like. I mean,
yeah,
look,
but he's still like
tonight he's like. I know, I forget, but I mean, look, tonight he was already taller than Penguin.
Yeah, well, he's gonna be a long, tall drink of water, just like
Give him the real suit. Give him the real suit.
Or Adam, there you go. I mean, these are.
Speaking of that, we didn't talk about. Was that article genuine I saw the other day where David Mazouz wants to play Damian Wayne in the DC cinematic universe?
Is that comic book resources? Because don't believe anything they say. Not an internet.
Him wanting to play Damian Wayne isn't the same as him playing Damian Wayne.
Who wants to play Damian is the point.
And again, he's 6 foot tall. We really want a 6 foot tall Damian Wayne?
Maybe like that future version from which Batman in some movie was that? Where he gets the future version. He thinks that it was Jason. He has that flashback. Maybe they're gonna do something. They did something like that, like in an alternate universe, something like that. Damian Wayne.
Or maybe they'll just cast him as Nightwing. Have they cast a Nightwing yet?
Yes.
Yeah, they already.
2.
Oh, they cast that 2. Oh, it's like Tilda Johnson.
One for the Teen Titans, and that's going to be on a digital platform also, and one for a movie.
I think they have more.
Yeah, these TV companies are just investing too much in these digital platforms.
Oh, I wonder why.
Dude, that's not how this works.
I mean, that's why people are cutting the cable cords. I mean,
that's the whole thing. They're not getting the money from the cable companies now because people are cutting the cords. So they got to get their money somewhere.
Let me explain. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, what they're trying to do. So back in the day, just to give you an understanding of film economic history, and so the original radio broadcast networks were actually owned by radio production companies, like the companies that built radios. They said, we got to sell these radios, got to have something on them. Someone call that vaudeville guy Jack Benny, have him talk on the radio. That'll work. And that's essentially how modern American entertainment was born, and world entertainment to some extent. And when film came out, because there weren't theaters, the film companies built theaters. So you will see these theaters that had RKO, the RKO theater, and the MGM theater. These were things that existed, but they still showed other shows.
Mm-hmm.
And more to the point, you didn't have to buy a pass to the theater to go see whatever was showing there. So right now what you have is this idea that, we have a theater. You can see anything in our theater, but you got to pay us, $10 a month to come to our theater. And that's not a bad business model, so long as your theater actually shows a lot of stuff.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we talked to people are cutting the cord, so they need to make their money somewhere. And the kids like Little Hellfire are all digital now, so they're like, hey, we can milk that.
Well, I mean, you have some CBS, let's say CBS, $10 a month, Netflix. $10 a month.
Who has better quality?
Yeah, but I mean,
and then you
get one company that you're going to go to.
Yeah, Netflix is more diverse. I mean,
for now,
it's just the CBS stuff.
But we know that Netflix is losing all of its Disney. Disney's going to have its own. So then everything's getting splintered.
Yes, but
because everyone wants their slice of the pie.
Exactly.
That business model is going to fail horribly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what Phil's been saying. It's going to backfire because everyone's going to get tired of having to pay all these subscriptions fees for everything.
When people
before
can't
you just
afford
paid.
It, I mean, I think
they just paid one thing for cable.
Yeah. It's either because I mean, if you got choice between digital services and you can't afford them all, I think it's going to be like, okay, well, which service provides me with the most content? It's going to be like a Netflix or a Hulu over a CBS or something.
And I mean, Hulu's lost shows, and they've talked about, Netflix talked about the possibility of becoming more just their own material because other places are pulling out their content because they want to put it on their own.
Yeah, the only thing is that Netflix actually has the advantage there because they have the best content.
For now.
Well, I mean,
what Netflix?
I haven't heard a thing about harlots.
But I'm saying, what Netflix stuff do you watch? Like original Netflix stuff, do you watch more than the Marvel stuff?
I don't watch it, but I mean, they have
Horseman.
What is that? House of Cards. House of Cards.
MST3K.
But is MST3K
huge?
MST3K is not even an original property, though.
But they're the ones producing it. They have the rights. They can continue it.
Right.
They have Black Mirror.
They got right of first refusal. They can keep that going for as long as they want, as long as it's got the ratings. And they are a co-producer on Jessica Jones, the most rewatched show.
Right, but we already read. I mean, haven't you read the article talking about that Netflix might lose all that Marvel stuff when Disney moves?
I've seen them say both. I've seen them say they might lose them, and then there's other ones that say, well, they're co-producers on all the Marvel stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So. It's like this. Marvel made a deal on certain areas. And like I said, I've always said Disney wants to marry Netflix, and Netflix wants to play the field, and it's a very complicated relationship, Marvel and Netflix.
That's why
they love each other so much, but they just can't commit.
That's why part of me wonders if the whole Disney saying they're going to do their own streaming was a ploy to try to get Netflix to sell to them.
Exactly.
For a lower price.
It's like anytime you try to date that other girl to get your original girlfriend jealous.
Exactly.
Don't know if it works, but they do it in the sitcoms all the time, and we are in a reality-based world now. Reality television based anyway.
You check the White House. Sure about that? Because my life has been surreal for the last, 200 days.
Well, exactly. But it's that reality television world. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you're talking to us from Oz, Dorothy, so.
Not yet.
She's got lights and she got internet. How bad could her situation be?
Yeah,
does she have water?
Not Puerto Rico. Poor Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Moment of silence for poor Puerto Rico.
I couldn't imagine.
No, man, it's.
But anyway, we're here to talk about Gotham. But
that show. How's that doing?
I mean, like I said, I think this is peak Gotham. It's not going to ever get any better than this episode.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if they're going to bring
Solomon Grundy.
Oh yeah, because we didn't see Butch yet.
I would say that Gotham has, if not, this is the last season. If they don't go full like Batman, they won't have another season.
They're definitely going to get greenlit for season 5, but I think 5 and done.
Well, that's my thing. Yeah, so he's already in a suit. So what? By the end of this season, he gets the actual bat suit, and then season 5 is him in bat suit.
Yes.
No, season 5 is him in the Moth suit. It was actually secretly the origin of Mothman the whole time.
Or he's in a Robin suit or something.
He's in the Owl suit. He's Owlman. This is actually Earth 3.
Actually.
I buy that. Actually, I think CVR wrote a story on that, actually suggesting that. So
yeah, but I know me and Tyler were talking. This Saturday is Batman Day.
Yep.
Time of year again, people.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Harley's like they're throwing Harley in the mix on everything Batman Day now. So
yeah,
go to your comic book stores and Barnes and Nobles and get your free stuff.
Free comic book. I don't know what comic they're putting out this year as the free one.
I think my comic shop already had some. It's like all reprints. They're doing like special covers with like Harley on the cover of all of them, but I think they're all reprints.
Well, I mean, the first Batman Day was a reprint of the original Detective with the Batman Zero New 52 artwork then either the next one or the year after that was, because it has the big sticker that says Batman Day on it. It was Endgame Part 1 because it had the Joker on the throne.
Well, that's the credit I give Marvel. Like free comic book day every year, they have like original stories that roll right into a new storyline. DC seems like they just throw out reprints
because they're always having some kind of event.
You don't see Marvel. You don't see Marvel doing Spider-Man Day.
They should.
They should.
because
Batman Day keeps getting bigger and bigger.
They don't want to give Stan Lee the nickel it would cost him to do it. Because you know he gets a nickel on that. It's like, oh, you want to do a Spider-Man Day? You want to put Stan Lee on the cover?
Excelsior.
If I say they didn't let me be on the cover, you're not going to get anyone to pick those up. They love me. I'm Stan Lee.
Stan Lee does not present Spider-Man Free Comic Book Day.
Oh, yeah. No, they need that Stan Lee presenting, man. The man positioned himself, The man, he is that, whenever you, have these characters in the Marvel Universe that are, these super geniuses, always one step ahead of everyone else, always had that next idea before you so they were ready. That's Stan Lee. He just looked out on the landscape and said, this is where I must stand, and everything else will fall.
Now, only if somebody could do that for Gotham. A bright vision and future for Gotham.
There can only be one Stan Lee. That's the problem. Everyone tries to be Stan Lee. Mark Millar, what's his name? The guy with the beard, Alan Moore. They all want to be Stan Lee. They all dream they could be Stan Lee. There's only one Stan Lee. Only one guy could be at the right place at the right time and make all the right decisions, maybe by plan or maybe by chance. Maybe there's an alternate universe where Jack Kirby's the guy. But the fact of the matter is Stan Lee's the guy in this universe. He was the guy who happened to have all the cards fall right where they needed to for him. And that's why he's Stan Lee.
Stan Lee Day, if that's the case, then.
They should do a Stan Lee Day. Pay him all the nickels he wants. It's fine. I will pay $5.04 for the book to have the Stan Lee Day book. I will do so.
Gotham's not doing Batman Day? Nothing?
No, Marvel doesn't do days. Marvel does events. Marvel's not all about nostalgia. They're about the future.
Sure. I don't think
the future, which is about nostalgia, ironically enough, but they're still about the future.
Okay, I'm just double checking here. There's nostalgia somewhere in there.
Oh Lord, you just rang Stan Lee's doorbell.
Fill up. That's his way of saying wrap it up.
Oh, wrap it up. Well,
that destroyed his discussion.
You collided the worlds, Philip. I will always remind you of that. This was your choice.
I know.
You had a choice how to approach this world. You said, no, I want Charlie and Lilith on the same podcast.
Worlds collided and we want Tyler in the multiverse somewhere.
I know. Well, we're always losing Tyler. You know what? Tyler's children are still very young, and he has 2. See, my children, I have 2, but they're older. So they have their own things.
And they want nothing to do with Charlie.
Phil has 1 child, but it's still young. So it can be, put aside with another parent.
Well, it is sleeping right now, Charlie.
I'm sorry, what?
It is sleeping right now.
Oh, your kid is sleeping?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, my kid is sleeping too. But Tyler is not so lucky. Tyler has children that says, Daddy, put me to bed.
I know. I mean, come on, Tyler. I mean, Lilith put her boyfriend to bed already. Come on.
But Lilith's boyfriend...
Don't you get up!
No, Lilith's boyfriend can take care of himself. I'm sure he can feed himself, and I'm sure he can go to the bathroom by himself.
You sure about that?
Lilith, I'm hungry.
Lilith, let's be honest here. Yes, I'm sure you do many great things for him. But if you left him, I don't think he would starve to death. He may live in his own filth,
he always did.
But that would be his own choice. Just as if my wife left me, I'd probably live in my own filth. But that would be my choice, because, hey, it's my filth. Your own filth is your own filth. It's other people's filth that's gross.
Speaking of filth in Gotham, should we wrap this up?
Bring back Babs.
Yes, bring back legs.
Ooh, somebody. Yeah, I mean, Tyler didn't like her character until like this last season. Then he was all about it.
No, I've always liked Babs. She's delightful in her insanity, and she is what. But here's what I'm going to tell you: Babs is what explains Gotham. Because the fact of the matter is Gotham is so messed up. Everybody's crazy. And so when Penguin says, I'm going to sell licenses to commit crimes, everyone says, well, that sounds good. I mean, it's, that could work. I'll go along with it. Why not? Because, what's really fascinating about Gotham is that clearly whatever state Gotham is in has no political structure because like the state police aren't coming in to say, okay, we're taking over Gotham because clearly you guys have really screwed it up. Or there's no federal authority above even the corrupting state authority. There's literally no power structure above the mayoral office of Gotham. It is literally a city-state. And that is what we learned in tonight's episode is clearly there's nothing there is no spiral in this universe.
Straight down.
There's no Amanda Waller. There is nothing there above Gotham. Gotham is just turtles all the way down.
Man's land. This is all no man's land. That's the plot twist.
Exactly. That is what it is. It is no man's land. And the rest of the world said, you know what? That's Gotham, baby. They all got flair. Let it go.
It's the redheaded stepchild of the DC universe. Yeah, nobody wants to cross that city limits, man.
Bloodhaven does better than Gotham. And that's like downriver Gotham.
Better hero. Right.
All right, shameless plugs.
All right. Do you like what you heard tonight? Share your thoughts with us. And if you're watching on YouTube, all one person of you, this Saturday, the Marvel Trivia Contest, Charlie versus Lilith versus Tyler. Who will win? Will Charlie keep his title as Professor of Marvel? Tune in and find out. What is that, 9 a.m. Saturday?
Tell me when it's
Sounds good to me.
trivia.
I think it's 9 a.m. Yeah, email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, facebook.com, capesandlunatics, Twitter, because most of us were live tweeting tonight, @capeslunatics, and I'm @Nightwing PDP, and the voicemail, nice and easy, share your thoughts, just pick up your phone, 614-382-2737, that's 614-38-CAPES, and Lilith, even though you didn't live tweet with us tonight, where can people find you?
At Lil Hellfire. Be sure to check out adventuresandfangirling.com. You can also find me on Twitter @adventuresandfg. You can also find me under that handle at Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. So find me, talk to me. I might respond. I'm just waiting for the Arrowverse to kick off, to be honest. I'm so excited.
Yes, Flash. I'm waiting for Flash.
Yes.
I guess.
But on the Marvel side, Mr. Esser.
Hey, if you'd like to write to me that old-fashioned email way the way our moms and paws once did, write to me at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, @gmail.com. And hey, I just wrote another blog post.
Oh, yeah, I have to put that up.
Soon be coming to you all soon, as soon as we add pictures. And I found out that Phil liked it because I sent it to Phil.
I like it. Send me those pictures, man. Well, I mean,
okay.
Are you putting it up for super connectivity? Because I want to. I mean, even if you do, I want to put it.
I have no idea where these things go. I just send it to people and say, "Do put on the thing."
Charlie will bombard you with Rick and Morty.
I don't know how the magic box that is Wise in Many Things works, but I do what I do. Wise in Many Things. One of my favorite lines from The Incredible Hulk Returns. When Thor says to Banner, it says, Blake tells me that you are wise in many things, but if you separate us, I will destroy you.
Oh, God, You better win this Marvel trivia contest Saturday, or you're never going to hear the end of it.
I have no idea, man. I didn't even know we were doing that. But that's cool, man. And of course, hey, I'm live tweeting stuff now. Again, it's like the best day ever. I live tweeted Gotham. Where were you? If you'd like to know where I am, I'm at Charlie Esser. That's CharlieEsselCR. Look for the 2 E's in the middle for quality.
All right. And I know Tyler got sucked into the vortex, but trying to remember on Twitter, he's at JTYPatrick. Follow Krypton Report on Twitter, and you're gonna find all the Capes and Lunatics and all our friends Saturday, October 7th on the Southgate Media Group online marathon. They have that. They have the live one in Elgin, Illinois at the Blue Box Cafe, and we will be online to the rest of the world. And if you would like to sponsor us, get a hold of me, get a hold of Rob Southgate. Because, as Lilith will tell you, I am a plug machine.
We will endorse you, Budweiser beer. Or
Lilith
Miller.
Lilith wants apple. How do you like them apples?
Apple? Like
Ocean
fruit?
Spray, I love berry juice. Please, Ocean Spray.
Ocean Spray. Or
All right. And she called me a plug machine. All right, everyone. That has been your Capes and Lunatics Gotham Season 4 premiere special before the bat. You realize we mentioned it.
but after midnight.
Teenage Midnighter. At Midnighter.
So who are we?
We are the Capes.
And
Well, we hear you.
Lilith, you're lying.
So what you cut out? God, it was almost perfect.
Lunatics, which makes us mute.
Yeah.
By the humor of it
sign
all.
language of they're saying the Lunatics.
There we go. They can't see that on the podcast.
Well, if we still can't hear you, what can we do? All right, this has been for Phil, Charlie, and Mime Lilith. Good night.